Hey, 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 hey. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. And I call it Saturday Happenings. Listening to my little Wycliffe. How's everybody doing today? Baby, I have been doing a little Uber and Lyft. I'm going to go home. Gotta catch the game. The game come on. Texans play today at 3:30. I definitely want to catch the game. Gonna eat a little bit. I had some little ribs I was gonna cook for tomorrow. I don't know. I may or may not put them on. But anyway, I'm Lulu, Queen of Hustles. I've been getting it, y'all. This is I just did my little nice Uber and Lyft. You know, you got to get it in, baby. We did all this eating and partying and kiki kai over the holidays, and I'm like, everybody's in recovery mode. I don't mind going and getting it. I do what I gotta do, and now I'm done. Saturday, it's Happy Saturday. Saturday Happenings. I did Uber for a little over 3 hours. Made a little over, like right at $60. Give or take, a little bit over 60. People they don't tip like they used to. But hey, if you were walking down the street or going in the store and you saw 320 sitting on the ground, I bet you put your foot on it. It is what it is. But anywho, I am Lulu, and on this channel we talk about a little bit of everything. We talk about school bus life. I think I might start tapping into the insurance. I might talk about it a little bit. I haven't talked about it really. Talk about toxic, narcissistic people, getting over them. Talk about Uber and Lyft and loan signings, field inspections. We do talk about that. That's commercial, residential. Got a good little tip. I was going back through some of my emails and ran across an inspection company I used to do work for, and they pay pretty decent. Like, I did stuff for them like in 2021, and surprisingly, they were still at it. And the guy was eager to talk to me, and hey, let's talk about it. So they sent me an email. I gotta set up my profile and all that. Okay, I'm at my house, but anywho, let me sit here for a minute. I'm trying to back in. So let me get my little video and do what I need to do today. But I'm staying diligent. Staying diligent with my challenge. I sure am. And like I said, today is Saturday. And today is a day for cleaning, to-do list, paying bills, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of my riders, real interesting riders. I've been doing Uber today, Uber and Lyft. It was basically half and half. I had 9 riders, and most of it was Lyft actually today. Most of it was Lyft, and most of it today was Lyft. And, I started with Lyft. I think I did 5 Lyft and 4 Ubers. Yeah, that's what I did. Real interesting. I mean, you meet some really interesting people with doing ride shares. This one lady, bless her little whole, Jesus Christ. I picked her up. She was on I'm going to save her story. I'm going to save her story for Testimony Friday. We're gonna keep it because hers was a little heavy. She was with an abusive, and she said he used to be physically abusive and then became emotionally abusive husband. So we gonna save her for Testimony Friday. That's what we gonna do. We gonna save her. We're not gonna her stuff was a little heavy, so we gonna save her little story. But I had some real interesting people today. I just dropped off this young lady. It just shows you how people, you just don't never know the type of life and roles that people are having to do, and the way that they are living, just different. This was a beautiful young woman. She was stuck because I had to drive for about 25 minutes. So, people gonna talk. They like to talk. Every now and then I get people that's not friendly, but mostly all my riders today they were really, really friendly. If, I am a person, I will talk. Now, if you don't want me to talk to you, I won't say nothing. I'm going to, say, how's your day going? How's the new year? Blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of read the temperament if they want to be bothered. They don't want to be bothered. I do not bother them. I give them their little quiet time because sometimes people just need to deprogram, take it in, and do what they got to do. And I respect their space. You got to respect people's space. But then if you get a chatty catty and they want to talk, well, hell, I talk to. It is what it is. But real interesting young lady. She was from Brazil, and she worked for. It's kind of like Hermes. It's Emirates. Oh, I was gonna look it up. It's God dang it, what is it? It's kind of. It sounds like Hermes, the bag, but it's not. It's the Muslim Airlines. Anyway, so she worked for them. Real interesting story. Real interesting. Said that she is originally from Brazil and she lives in Dubai. She just wanted to talk, and she was just telling me how beautiful girl. When I picked her up, I mean, she looked like money. You know, some people didn't look like money. And she had her hair kind of almost looked like Katharine Hepburn. She had her hair pulled back, this real sleek, and you could see her eyebrows and everything. You know, she was real. She was a petite young woman, had a real pretty, like a little pea coat on, and she had that whole look going for her. She looked like a model, like a Paris model. And at first she seemed like she was kind of cold, but then she wasn't. She kind of warmed up, and then she just wanted to talk. And hell, I just sat there and I just talked back with her because I was driving, like I said, about little under 25 minutes. And her thing is that she's a flight attendant, but their flight attendant. She said the Muslim airline is very, very different. The one that's I've heard, oh, God dang, it's with an E. God dang it. I can't Google it because I'm doing a video, but I know it. But anyway, it's a Muslim airline. They're one of the biggest ones. I have heard of them. It's kind of, what is it? Emirates? I can't think of it right now. It'll come to me. It kind of sounds like Hermes the bag, but it's not them. Emeritus or something. But it's, like I said, anyway. But they have a thing to where their flight attendants have to do, she said they have to do like recertifications every year. She said that the tests are very, very intense. And she said right now she's doing certification. I picked up, she said she got her something to eat. So she was going to go back to her hotel, Marriott, and study. And but she said that they do a 3-year contract. And she said, but the thing is, when they do their contract, she said they kind of almost have them kind of staying like in a co-op in Dubai. And she said they stay like in a co-op. All the she said when you sign on, I didn't heard a pop. You know, you gotta look around. She said when you sign on, you have to do a 3-year contract, and you have to kind of stay. It's almost like a co-op. Almost that's how you would have a college co-op. It's something similar to that. And so she said you have to stay there. She said the only way, because it is a Muslim airline, she said the only way you would not stay there, she says you done got married. Excuse me, and then you can leave it. She says, or you have purchased property and then you can leave it. I was like, really? And so she just wanted to talk. I just sat there and listened to her because I'm driving. And she said, yeah, she said, she was very distinct. She was like, those are the only 2 ways. And I said, really? She said, you have signed a 3-year contract. She looked it up because I said, well, yeah, your money, because she was kind of trying to tell me it was like 14,000 euros or something. And I said, well, yeah, our dollar is more valuable than your money, right? And she said, yeah. So she looked it up, and to see how much she would, if she was in the States, it would be like, she said, at $3,900. That's how much. It was like 14,000 euros or something like that. And it equated to $3,900 US dollars. But she said she travels all over the world, all over. And she just wanted to talk. And she was telling me how they have like little compounds. She said the flight that she came in with the Muslim airline here into, my city in Texas, she said they seat 600. I was like, whoa. She said 600 people. She said they have quarters, where they, for the airline attendants, to where they sleep. Kind of in the back. And so she said they like get a break for 3 hours. She said the flight is like 16 hours. and they get a break for 3 hours. This is her just telling me all this information. And she just wanted to vent, and she said that her mom lives in Brazil. And she said, I said, your mom's kind of burnt out. She said, yeah. She said, I've been doing this for 2 years. And she said, but the thing is that she said, what we pay. I said, well, what do y'all pay? Because she was like, cause she kind of smiled. She had these Catherine Hepburn glasses. She pulled them up on her forehead. And she says, well, we pay for our food. And what did she say? They pay for food and like entertainment. And I said, what else? And she said, we don't have to pay for rent. We don't have to pay for transportation. She said, we're all provided transportation. They have like shuttles and different things that pick them up, take them wherever they need to go. And she said that when they are in Dubai, staying where they have to stay, she said the rent, and she said it's kind of like they're like apartments, and you share. You have a mate. And I was like, really? And she said, and you have to do 3 years. And I said, so all your money, you could just save all your money. She said, exactly. She said they pay for our transportation. She said we just have to buy our own food. They pay for wherever we stay, which her site is in Dubai, and so she says she goes there. She's there like 3 days out of the week. That's when she goes there. She said 2 to 3 days out of the week. But she just wanted to share. But it just shows you how interesting people can be from other nationalities. And just period. People just period. Not even ain't got nothing to do with color, just period. But you learn so much. And like she said that she's like locked in this contract. I was like, she says, well, I have done 2 years. I have to complete a year. She said, if you don't, it's kind of like they didn't lock them in. I told her, oh, they didn't lock you in. She said, you have to pay back like everything that they paid your first year if you break your contract. I said, oh, that's how they get you. She said, that's how they get us. But she said that she said, but it can be very lonely. She said, it's very exciting. She said, you go all over the world. You meet all kind of people. She said, but I don't have a man. I don't have kids. I said, oh. So anyway, I said, your mom is tired of that. She said, yeah. She said, my mom is like, you've made enough. You need to go and come home to Brazil. And so I told her, I said, well, you got your commitment for a year. And I said, and go home and get you a husband and make a bunch of babies. And she said, thank you. It was really beautiful. Then I had what was the other? Oh, then I had this lady. She was Jewish, and picked her up, and bless her little heart, I picked her up from Target, and she was shopping, and they had a beautiful personality, and she hadn't even been in the car in 5 minutes, and she started telling me how she had cancer. So she discovered that she had uterus cancer about 3 months ago. And she told me she had all these cats. I said, oh, you're the one that Vance was talking about with all them cats. She said, yeah. So she had 8 cats. She said, my sister was like, throw the cats out. And she was talking about it, but she was getting ready. She went and got her something from Target. She was going on a date with some guy that she's been talking to on this app. She said, and he's a chef. And so she was really excited. But she proceeded to just tell me how she had cancer, and she says, well, we're praying about it, but I might not make it. And then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, let's talk about it. I said, if you say that, that's what you're going to have. I said, you got to believe if other people that made it, you can make it too. It won't be because you had a lack of faith why you won't make it. I said, don't give in like that. And she said, thank you. She told me, she said, thank you. And I said, God is not a respecter of person. What he do for one, he will do for another. But then I had to remember, because then right after this, she told me she was Jewish. And I said, because when with the Jewish community, they do believe in God, because we talked about it. And I said, who is it y'all don't believe in? And she said, well, we don't believe in Jesus. I said, so you don't believe in the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost? she don't believe in the Trinity. And she said, no, she do not. She said, but we do believe there is a God. I said, okay, I respect it. I said, well, I pray that God, deliver you from that. And she was really excited, really a sweet girl. And she went in. And then I picked up this guy, taking him to go get his car. And when I get there, he's talking. And then this other man, this white guy, he comes up to the car and he then dropped his car off, Uber, and clicked in on that. And he was a barbecue connoisseur. Baby, he talked to me about all kind of spare ribs. He talked about spare ribs, baby back ribs. And then he told me about these other ribs. Spare ribs, baby back ribs, and it was a third rib. He called it out. I said, I don't know about that rib. It was some rib. He was talking about how to cook them and everything. And then he was some alumni professor from LSU. He had this big sweater. I didn't recognize it at first, but he had a beautiful home. I took a lot of people to the Heights. If people that know about Houston Heights, is really a nice area in a Midtown. That's what I think it was, Midtown. Yeah. And he had this huge LSU flag flying in his yard. I said, "Oh, are you a representative of LSU?" And he's like, "Well, actually, I'm an alumni. I'm a professor." And then I said, "Oh, wow. You just never know. You just never know. You never know, the different people. It's just a different type of walk of life. You really learn a lot about people, what people are going through. Last Sunday, I picked up this young man actually, I went to go pick him up and he wasn't ready. I said, Lord. And it was first Sunday, and he was African. And he was at this church, and he was like, but I'm trying to pick him up, and I mean the parking lot. There was people everywhere because it was first Sunday. So people were I can let my window down because I ain't got hot. People were everywhere. And child, he said, ma'am, the Uber's for me. Please wait, please wait. And so I waited. I'm sweating, y'all. I'm sweating. Oh, I'm sweating. And so I waited, and then I had to cut it off. And I said, sir, the thing was dinging, because they'll ask you, are you okay? Everything okay? Because he was like, ma'am, just please wait for me. Please wait for me. I said, sir. And so I waited like about 8 minutes. And so then I had to cancel the ride. I said, sir, I got to cancel it. But then as soon as I could got out the parking lot, he got his ride again. I said, and so I had to turn right around and go pick him back up. Then he gets in the thing. He was telling me how he got married. He was asking me, he asked me for advice about marriage. I was like, okay. It was really cute. And he was like, I think he was about 30. I think he was 30. No, he was younger than that. I think he was about like 28 years old or something like that. And he said that he had married an American girl. Some people just want to talk. And he said, ma'am, I really appreciate you waiting for me. He said, because I didn't have any more money. And I said, really? And he said, ma'am, I didn't have any more money. He said, I had my job. He said, I lost my job. And he said his wife was like a supervisor. Who did he say she worked for? I think he said she was a supervisor at a hospital or something like that. This was last Sunday. And because he was in the car with me about 17 minutes. So when they'll talk, they'll share all kind of stuff. He told me he had lost his job, and he had got this job at this church doing the parking lot. There was a bunch of African guys out there. And he said, I really didn't have the money, to even do the Uber. And he said, I'm so glad that you, came back because they cut it down because he was right there. But he was telling me how he really loved his wife. And he said, do you have any advice for me? I was surprised he asked me that. And I just said, I always try to have open communication. He said, we talk about a lot of things. He said, we're different at times. He just wanted to share. And he said, but I said, do you love her? And he said, yes, I really do. He said, I lost my job. And he said, she's been holding it down. He said, she's American. She was a black American woman. And he said, she's been holding me down. And I said, really? And I could tell like he was kind of disappointed in himself. And he said, but it's something with his immigration. Because he said he'd been looking for a job. And he got that job, to work in the parking lot on Sundays. And I said, well, you say your wife is a supervisor at a hospital, right? And he said, yes, yes, ma'am. I said, well, why you don't try to get on there with the hospital? She's supervisor there. Even if you're not in her department, you can, possibly work in another department. And he's like, well, I kind of got something going on with that. Let's talk about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I said, oh, you got a little something going on, huh? They just you can't get the paperwork cleared. He said, yeah, got a little something going on. So anyway, I'm just letting you know, you meet all people of all walks of life. You just never know who you're going to meet. You'll never know who you're going to have in a car with you. You just never know, but it's been a very learning experience. It's been a good experience. I'm talking about people with the marijuana yesterday, child. I was picking up folks, and I think they were making transactions on the way, this one couple. So that's a whole other story for a different day. But anyway, I ask that you like, comment, and share. Going here, I'm finna watch me some football. And then I'm going to get on my goals and pull my laptop out and work on that. And, I kind of recover in January. But, baby, I turns it up for the holidays. But, baby, I'm going to cut up a little bit after MLK. And then at the end of the month, I got a little function I'm going to. But right now, we're staying focused. We're sticking to our to-do list. We're purging because I believe I got to have to detox. I got my little... doing all my, which I do this every day anyway. I'm a little water, I got my little flavor and everything in there, but baby, I do that every day. It has been wonderful because it helps with your skin, helps with inflammation, detoxing your body, cleansing out all the impurities and all the other junk. So it's really been wonderful for me. But anyway, I just want to thank you. I'm just being diligent and following through. And I am Lulu, Queen of Hustles. I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And today was a good Uber day. I think it was okay. It was almost 3 hours and made a little over, right at 60, a little over 60. So anyway, there's $60 I didn't have. So, and I would have been sitting up here eating or in the store spending money, which I don't need to be doing. So anyway, everybody have a great day and thank you for watching. Holla!